Hello, you beautiful bastards. What's up? I hope everyone's doing all right today. My name is Don Annex, and I'm happy you're all here today. This is my first YouTube video that I'm posting on this channel. I do also stream at Twitch, Don Annex, so I'd love to have you guys stop in there at some point. But I wanted to branch out and start interacting with more people on the wonderful World Wide Web. So here we are today. We're getting ready to play one of my favorite games. I've never beaten this game. I've played probably, I think Steam says I've played around 40 hours or so of this game, but it's called Darkest Dungeon. It's a turn-based RPG style dark game. It's pretty hard, but I'm gonna try and beat it for you all. Not today. It's certainly a big game, but we're gonna make a little bit of a series out of this. So come along with me on this doomed adventure. So we'll just go through the intro cinematic here because it's great.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial.
Incredible handwriting.
From its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor. Fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end,
Gross.
I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity. Until consciousness failed me.
God, his voice is...
You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Ooh, baby. What an intro. All right, so as I'd said earlier, well, first of all, that narrator's voice can make a guy swoon if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I've played this game a few times. To no avail have I ever beaten the game, so we're just going to play on normal because I am Garbo. But you can see my previous attempts. All right, so the Butcher's Circus, we're not really going to do any multiplayer, but let me just stop me right there. Don't worry, guys, I noticed it as well in a little few moments here, but I noticed the cursor is not following where I'm pointing at all. Really? Great first impression, right? Don't worry, I do get that fixed for future videos as well as in a couple minutes here, but just wanted to point that out for you guys, and then I'm looking out for you. I got you, loves. See you later. That's fine. Musketeer, DLC there, Crimson Court, Districts, Flagellant, Shield Breaker, and the Colors of Madness. Yep, we want all of that active. We want all that good stuff. Is this your first estate? No, it's not. And I've played with the Crimson Court, and that starts making things a little not super swell. So we're not going to do Blood Moon. I think Darkest. Normal campaign is the original setting for the game. There's no time limit to win, thank God. Time limits would be so stressed. Like turn counters. There's no time limit to win. Campaign will be longer and more challenging than Radiant mode. Let's do that. And let's just go with... See, you can even tell I was playing on Radiant like a bum for the last two games and I couldn't beat him. All right. But that's fine. It's all right. It's okay. So let's Well, we're just gonna go with darkest. But here we go, I guess.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors.
Oh.
So steel yourself, and remember there can be no
Rather
bravery
green fire.
without
Ghosts.
madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Like, I would kill to have a voice like that. Like, we will find our redemption. So, yep. So, essentially, I think the plot of the game is, I guess, you're an inheritor, part of the darkest dungeon, this old, rich manor that has since been taken over by abominations and evil alike. And you've been sent on a quest from I guess the old man who had sent these evils upon the manor, and you're supposed to take it back. Why, I don't know. Well, I guess, for a house that's decrepit and decaying. So here's the here's the tutorial. Fun fact, as I discovered when I very first played this game, you can die in the tutorial. Like, yo shit can just get mixed. And I'm not going to talk about that because it makes me feel bad. But yeah, map navigation. You're currently in a room. To move forth, click on another room on the map display and it will connect in the hallway. So there's so many intricacies to this game. Here, you typically will have a party of 4, but first you always start out with Reynold and Dismas, a highwayman and a crusader, 2 of the classes available to you in the game. And typically you want to be able to keep them alive through this tutorial, as they'll level up and they'll kind of be your starting team. Now we have the map here. Move to this room. And then we also have party order. Center yourself on the map because some of these get pretty big. And then, we'll explore more as it goes along, but we got health down here. Oh, jeez. All right. Okay. That is not tracking right. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. We're looking much better now. Okay, great. Well, quick little snap fix there, and we've got the mouse finally lining up. Sorry about that, guys. Still working on getting this all set up properly, but in other sense, pretty simple controls. You just WASD or click around and they'll move there. And these are the different turns, but we'll show that once we go into combat. So let's hold it over there.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
All right, so I'm just going to stay clicking. But what's important here is light management in this game, because as we see here, lighting provides buffs so we can get dodge, scout, and we're more likely to surprise any monsters that might pop up on our path. And as this lighting goes away...
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Yep, come as turn-based, click on the skill icon, then click on the highlighted target. You can't select a particular skills because he's not in the proper slot. So slot management is also very important with this game. And if you saw, right as he popped up, it'd say surprise, and it's scattered around my my heroes here. So unfortunately, my ranged guy is now in the front. So what we'll do is let's do a quick little shig, Ooh, got some bleed. Sweet. Smite the unholy.
Onslaught.
Beautiful.
Destroy them all.
Very lovely. All right. Got some gold, and that goes into our items area, and we are doing great. So we did get messed up, so let me try and remember how to trying to yeah, we'll look at that in a second. Don't you worry about that, gang. Okay. Well, that's fine. So here's another thing where you'll randomly find some items and such along the roads. Interactive objects, curios, yep. So we're just gonna click on that and see what's in there. Ooh.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Thank you, disembodied voice of man who shot himself. Lovely. There we go. All right. Perfect, because I know this next one's a decent fight, so. There we go.
Ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Wow. Thank you for that. Yep, so they've already gone ahead and decided to shoot me like the rude little bastards they are, so we'll return with a grape shot. So let me try and explain that a little bit better here for you. Jesus! Love it. Alright, so we can see here, if we're looking into these little boxes, you can see with the 2 yellow dots here for smite, these are the slots in which he can use this attack from. And then the 2 red dots are the slots that he can target with this. So this guy is really big, so I think he takes up the front 2 slots there. I can also use Zealous Accusation since I'm still from that slot, and it will just hit him since he takes up 2 slots there. Stunning Blow, which I think we're going to want to do that, just to get some... Ooh, crit and everything. Beautiful. Protection, 1 round. Blanket Fire, that's going to hurt.
Diminished.
So what we're going to want to do here is definitely get rid of the big guy, but unfortunately, well, he's stunned, so let's take this time to get this done properly. And now, let's just go for just straight damage on him. 10, sweet, okay. Got the stun, he's buffed, so he's going to resist stun, so that prevents stun spam, which, you know, I guess is fair. Great, alright. So, I think at this point, we're going to want to focus on trying to get this guy killed as soon as possible, because he's the problem. The Bloodletter. So, if you just hover over each of these, they show you health, their names, some stats of how likely they are to dodge, and their speed. The skills, if you've discovered them, as well as their resistances, which is huge once we start getting into, I mean, even early game. This game's just really mean to you all the time. It makes me feel really bad about myself. Let's just bleed this guy. Yeah. So, yeah, that's gonna hurt. Ooh. Lucky roll. And that's when we start dealing with stress. Stress is incredibly dangerous in this game, so we can see the health here hovering over it. Reynolds got 33 hit points, 15 are left. Stress is 7 out of 200. So essentially what happens is you have to manage stress as we're in stressful situations. Worst case scenario, you reach 200 and they have a heart attack. Not great. Once they reach 100, they will most likely start going a little bit insane, and they'll start getting debuffs and all this lovely things that I can show you guys once we get to the actual village. But for now, let's just kill him.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Yep. And it'll show right here, when monsters die, they leave corpses, and they act as obstacles, taking up slots. You can destroy corpses by attacking them, or there's other heroes in this game that can forcibly move creatures in different positions, as we saw earlier when this guy hit me. So we see large corpse, still some stuff there, but instead we're just going to do a pistol shot and gun that man down.
Give them no quarter.
Great, so we got a torch, which is good for increasing light level, as well as some medicinal herbs. That is good for debuffs, some gems, and more gold, which is lovely. Completed the quest. Lovely. we don't need... yes, we do want to continue adventuring, because there's a nice little chest right here that people will often... Great. Sick! No loot, only blights. Love that, but that's fine, because we're not going to move around, so that's not going to do any damage to us. We got 5,000 for completing that. Collected some fat loot, so we're looking good with some... No heirlooms, but that's fine. And both got to level 1. Let's see what Reynold got. Early Riser, so +2 speed if the torch is above 75 light. Great. Dismas didn't get anything, which is fine. Now we're at the Hamlet, which is kind of the hub. Here we can manage and upgrade our heroes, recruit new heroes.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Lovely. I think I'm going to get rid of these subtitles. They take up a fat portion of the screen. Alrighty, but so each kind of each activity you do takes about a week, and so it'll show you a fun little like week by week update of what's going on in the hamlet. Quest goals. So what we're on to right now is the caretaker, which is, I believe, this man and or us. I'm not too sure. What we have to do: complete our first foray, defeat the necromancer apprentice, sonorous prophet, and the necromancer. Yeah, there's tons of bosses in this, and you know, it's gonna be really painful, guys. I'm gonna be honest here. This is gonna hurt, but that's all right, because we're in it together. Sweet. So we've got all. Ooh, get help where you may. Oh, H. Yeah, cool. And then we'll get the little people with their fun quirks and quips occasionally. So let's just first go into each of these characters. So right-clicking here, we're going to see this is Reynold. You can switch his outfit around. Nice and fun. But we'll keep him like that. Next, we can see his resistances and all that good stuff. So death blows, that'll, I'm sure, will come into play later. I'll be able to explain that a bit better. So we're going to ignore camping skills for now because those are for really big dungeons. But here we are. So preferred position. This shows where he does best when setting up your team and how you want him aligned in your navigating group. So he exclusively can only really act on the first two positions, and then he can only hit the first two positions on the enemy team here. And these are his quirks, and quirks really are important to your characters and how they interact with their enemies and just handle situations. So Warrior of the Light, plus 10% damage if the torch is above 75, and Early Riser, plus 2 speed. So if we have Reynold out, it's best to just keep our torch shining bright. He's going to be really good in light situations. God-fearing. In town will only pray for stress relief. And stress buildup, very important to watch and manage. We see he has 4 stress right now, which is not a big deal. Kleptomaniac, prone to stealing items. So as we saw in that tent earlier in the tutorial, Reynold's prone to just taking those items, and I will not get those perks. I think we got some gold and some herbs and such, but he'll snag that like the little bastard he is. And then you can get diseases, which is just never swell. So let's take a look at Dismas. And so he's good from the middle sections, and he can hit everywhere, which is always great. And then these are other skills. You do kind of get roles where you can have only up to 4 things each person can do, when in total there is 7 options available, and you kind of get that from your roles as these characters show up. And so you always start out with the same kind of set with Reynold and Dismas, which is pretty nice. You get some debuff and other modifiers with these, so that's fine. Here we know known cheat. Dismas is not allowed to gamble in town. He's got a stun resistance, which is really nice, as well as a +2 to speed, which we can see here. All right, so that's kind of a quick rundown of the character scenarios. Let's take a look at the graveyard.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
That's swell. Yeah, and so now that I look at it, this guy's definitely the caretaker. He's kind of mills around town or in the hamlet. He doesn't have legs, I just noticed that for the first time. Huh. Neat. All right. Well, ooh, I can't speak much for that.
Trinkets and charms, gathered from all the forgotten corners of the earth.
So another good thing to use for your gold, buying items, stun stone increases stun skill chance, but it slows you down a little. And pretty much most items in this game are going to have a buff, but they'll also come along with a debuff. So it's really important for how you can manage your character's skills and stats and build them in these specific ways. And switching over, and then you can upgrade each of these buildings and stuff as they come along. With crests, which is another thing you get from the dungeons. But we're not going to upgrade that right now, because you can find a lot of items through here. And here's the ancestor.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting, where we have the disembodied dead man is kind of narrating our adventure here. And then this is the stagecoach, the most important spot for heroes.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Lovely. Okay, you're actually really loud. But all right, so we got a plague doctor as well as a vestal. Great. So the plague doctor, you can just recruit
What
these.
better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
Thank you. Okay. And then we'll take the vestal as well.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
And so it talks a little bit about upgrading here. Spend some starting heirlooms, upgrade the stagecoach. This will increase the number of heroes. Blah 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 blah. Thank you. Yeah, let's actually do some of that. We can't do this yet. We will increase
Great
that number.
heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
Look, I really appreciate this just damn sexy voice. But we're turning that down. Subtitles, be gone. And we'll drop you down to... Oh, you know what? I like the little, like, subtle background music. Narrator.
Rats in a maze. Terrible. Well struck.
All right, there we go. Now he's not going to, like, be fighting me for control. Lovely. All right. Let's save that. Wunderbar. Great. All right, so the Sanitarium, Abbey, the Guild, and the Blacksmith are all not available. Let's take a look at Hodine, the Plague Doctor. What do we got here? Back positions, which is fine. It's not a big damage dealer. Battlefield Medicine cures Blight and Bleed, which is great. Blinding Gas, great. And so some of these only have a limited amount of uses per battle, as you can see here with Blinding Gas. You can stun the back too, which is super useful. Plague Grenade puts on Blight 4 points for 3 rounds, or 4 damage for 3 rounds is great. And then the Noxious Blast. All right, so that's fine. Might as just hope he doesn't get surprised with the first position at some point. Well, let's take a look here. Scientific, lovely. Divine Grace. So he doesn't mesh well with our healer, which is the Vestal, who's one of the 2 like real healing classes. Love that. Just love that. Last gas increase with speed when health is below 50, and Clotter, bleed resistance. Cool. That's fine. And then let's look at Claville. All right, she's also from the back, but can actually do some damage to the front too. Divine Grace, that's the healing, which is crucial. Unfortunately, I think we got... Let's see. Divine Grace, 4 to 5. Dazzling Light, another stun, and it increases Torchlight, which is going to be really good with Raynald. Judgment 1. So that you can do some damage to anybody on the field, really, and heal yourself for 3, which is great. And then nice old Mace Smack. I don't think we got the large range healing effect, which is A little bit of a bummer, but that's fine. Let's look at the quirks. Obsessed with the paranormal. I'm sure that'll bite us in the ass at some point. Mankind Hater. Ooh. Plus damage against humans, minus stress. Eldritch Hater. Alright, that's actually a really good set of quirks for her. And quirks do change as they grow. They can lose quirks or gain quirks, as we saw at the tutorial. But, let's get this show on the road. Let's get a real one in. Alright.
A mecca of madness and morbidity.
Thank you.
Your work begins.
This is like the narrator's hella depressed if we haven't picked up on that yet, gang. Quest and parties. So this is where like our selection menu, who we pick that's going on these adventures, and then we can click quest to see their details. We only have the courtyard and the ruins available. The darkest dungeon, we are not going into that. Courtyard will also mess us up. Farmstead's not available yet. So these are the different dungeons which will change as you go in them. But look at the one we have selected here. We have a statement, Scout, test yourself in the mad realm of your fallen ancestor. Take note of the creatures, how the creatures have taken over, but don't delve too far. Explore 90% of the rooms. From this, we'll get 3,000 gold, 4 crests, which is great, and then a move charm, which increases our move resistance, which is fine. But funnily enough, the move charm does slow us down. And then this is short apprentice level, shows what kind of levels, which we start at 0 really, but we will also be bringing Horin and Claville. The usual suspects. So yeah, I believe you're going to get a Vestral and a Plague Doctor from your stagecoach the first 2 times, or the first time guaranteed you'll get those 2. I don't think the name or the quirks and their actual combat skills will be predetermined. I think that is also variable, but it will be these 2, I believe. Now let's go to provisions, which is preparing for this.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
So for your first short quest, try bringing 8 food and 4 torches. So this is where gold is also very important. So let's just take that advice. 4 torches, 8 food. Food's good for healing, as well as there is just general hunger. I do like to go to 12, which is the max amount you can have stacked for that. I'm not going to worry about any of these yet. I don't think it'll be too brutal to us on the first one, which that's a good way to get myself killed, but that's fine. To the ruins. Your first expedition in the ruins of your ancestry. Be curious, be careful. All right, so here we are in the ruins. Let's check out what's going on. All right, so this is the setup. We want to explore 90% of the rooms, so pretty much all but 1. I think it'll just be smarter to... Nope, get back here. To kind of just move this way, and we'll just kind of skip this area. Okay, I like this order. You can always check by right-clicking. He's good from there. She's good from back these. Okay, cool. Let's get this show on the road. So be careful when you're moving through these hallways. The one you have selected will be the one to interact with any items that we see across here. We can already see that they're both already stressed out here. Horin and Claville. So let's just get a move on. Oh. I like to do Dismas. Great. Free torch. Yoink. So not every room's guaranteed to have an encounter in it. It can be a variance. Here we are. I do believe undead are typically, or in this case unholy, are the ones that stay in the ruins. And then these little white bars show how many actions they have remaining in this round of combat. And then speed determines who goes first. Now, they have a low blight resistance, but they're pretty much guaranteed to never bleed. The only thing I can do is throw one of these at them. So let's go to the back one. Get some blight on them. 5 damage. Alright, bone rabble. So let's do this, and we're pretty much guaranteed to kill that back. You're never guaranteed to do anything. That was a lie. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Reynolds a monster versus Unholy, and I think she's actually... No, not Unholy. That's fine. Let's just go with a stun. Perfect. And that's going to pass that turn. And we will get... So yeah, notice on now round 2, because I think we have a speed tie between Claville and Reynold, that they're both going to go first one time or the other. Let's just... It's not going to bleed, but it'll kill. 200 gold. And unlocked Strongbox. Contents are yours. Alright, we got a shovel, some gold, and a bust, which is used for various upgrades around town. Shovels can be used for, well, clearing obstacles and breaking things. Perfect. So there we go. So we're doing just fine. Didn't take any damage. Low stress. Yep. Alright, so there we go. The light dimmed a little. See, we have plus distress. Monsters are more likely to crit. And now that it's 70, we've lost some buffs on Reynold. Now running into this is exactly what a shovel is used for.
Stone seems bent on preventing passage.
So we're going to use the shovel in that case to clear that up. Otherwise, what could happen is if we had to clear that up... Ooh. There we go. Yeah, if we had to clear that up, then we could have lost light, could have taken damage, could have done stress. A whole bunch of lovely crap could have happened. This looks like a perfect grape shot. Sweet. Alright. Pretty bad blight resistance. Yeah, let's do the noxious. Oh, no, I can't hit him. Shoot. I do want to get rid of the occult acolyte. Or the cultist acolyte. Don't really want him to go because he makes stressful situations. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, it's damage you don't have to worry about, but yep. He just sucked that. Wow. See, this isn't great. This is not swell, but we can always just right click on torches whenever to light it back up. So we're doing good now. I guess because they have some turns coming. Bone soldier. Let's try and stun the soldier as well as increase our light again. This is so unfortunate. Oh my lord. 2 failed stuns. Alright. There we go.
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
Alright. And we'll do a Great Blast again. Great Shot Blast. Wow, okay. Cool. Cool. This is going great. This is going so swell. Alright, there we go. Got some bleed there. We'll just do a regular... Actually, let's just try and get rid of the body. Oh, wowee. This is fun. I am having a blast. Alright, great. Now he's fucking around with the composition. I'm having a good time. I'm having a blast. I love this game. Love this game.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
I have... This should kill him, because Blight will kill him next turn, because that's doing 9 damage per round now. Because Blight does stack as well as Bleed, which is very important to remember, because it will just kill you. Let's move forward too. There we go. So yeah, Blight and Bleed occur at the top of each of their actions. So what we'll do again... How much damage? Health? 1? Yeah. Neat. Alright. We had a lot of misses. But we did get an item, Protection Stone. It's common, plus 5% protection, minus 1 speed. Can we put those on actively? Yes, we can. Neat. Yeah. Let's just throw that on her. I think she's pretty slow already. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's get to this next room where there's nothing. Neat. That's fine. Alright. I think let's stick to the game plan, and I want to go around. We're not going to go in that middle room. Screw that middle room. And so health and all that carries over. I'm sure you guys noticed. Oh, there we go. Pack contains loot, and Reynald just yoinked a key and 2 busts. Son of a bitch. Yep, the torch is fading over time. Great. All right, so like we're pretty much making our way through most of the tutorial. Oh, we did get a surprise off, so we're gonna act before all of them, which is nice. This is a human. Bleed is low. Where do we go for general damage here? I think let's just try and get some general. All right. Sick. Sweet. What do we want to try and do here? I guess let's just try and get... Yeah, let's go after the brawler and get some blight on him. Alright, that's 5 damage per round. Cool. She's taking 6. I think we're doing fine. We don't need to worry about healing yet. It's gonna try and stun. Yes, look, Acolyte doesn't deal a ton of damage. They just mess with the party. They all have 25% stun resistance. What do we want to do with this? I don't think he can reach much farther, so let's just deal with that. Sweet. Okay. So this does extra damage against the Unholy. So we can see here, actually, important things to look at with the Bone Soldier. We can see the speed is 2, so he's pretty slow, but here to hit, we have an 85% chance to hit, 3% chance to crit, and then the damage, 6 to 12 damage, potentially. But what we can do is we do get a bonus to versus the Unholy, so we could just one-shot him, which would be... We were close. We were close. Alright, the stun's gone away. He took the blight. Rend for the old gods. There's some bleed. 1 damage for 3 rounds, not bad. Yeah, the AI in this game is really, really smart slash mean. They'll just go for the kill. They're not going to beat around the bush here. So we need to be careful here.
Sweet advantage. Give them no quarter.
Okay. He's got 5. All right, he's dead. He will not last to the next, so I guess we'll just use a plague grenade there. Resists that. Great. All right. He didn't leave a body, so now he's within attacking range up here, and let's try and stun him. Unfortunate. What's he got? 1 health left. And let's get a little heal while we do that damage.
Their formation is broken.
Sweet.
Maintain the offensive.
Alrighty. Crest.
As
Bloody
victories
dice.
mount, so too will resistance.
Yes, thank you, narrator. Bloody dice. So there are some class exclusive only items, as we see here with the bloody dice, for only jesters. Alright. That's fine. You can take that. We do want to get rid of... We don't have bandages. Rad. So he's going to take some chip damage. We'll have to get Dismas healed. Another trapped chest. Oh, alright. We resisted the blight. Cool. Ooh, we got a scout. So occasionally certain classes have scouting chances. And it did reveal to us a trap as well as what looks to be an empty room. Can we see the scout chance? You can see it somewhere. Hell if I know. We'll figure that out when we get there. But alright, let's head there. So we'll watch him take some damage before it goes away. There it is. All right. So traps, disarming traps. Some here's are better disarming traps than others. I think Dismas trap 90%, 60, 60, 50. All right. Yep. Let's just do that. Lovely. And this is where food can kind of come in, where I do not want to go into a fight with that. So we're going to have Dismas do some munching, and he is back up to a more reasonable level. Let's get this back up to 86, so Reynolds got his boost, and we're ready for the next room. Which is empty. Oh, I'll get another scout. And, oh, that was a big one. Okay. So, room battle with Curio, or we can go to another empty room. Obstacle item. Room battle with treasure. Yeah, let's go that way. Loot from a pack. It's just fine. So, since we've already gotten a scout, we don't need to worry about being ambushed or anything like that. Hunger. So that's why you do want to have food on hand, because this will pop up occasionally. And then we can have everybody eat some, regain a little bit of health, and we're all set to keep going. As the light is dimming ever so quickly, but that's fine.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Alrighty. And this time we don't have a shovel for this obstacle, so we are going to just clear that down, and we all take a little bit of damage. Stress and lost light.
An indefatigable purpose.
Not great. Never, just never great. But here's what looks to be the last battle. So let's get this going. Alright. It's a full team. And how do I want to go about this? I think trying to get a stun off. These are both low stun resistance. I think it'd be good to get control of the fight in the beginning. So we're going to go for a stun there. Get the double. Awesome. Yeah, that worked out really well. Let's also try and get another stun here. And just try and give us as much of an advantage off the bat as we can. Awesome. These are all unholy. So let's just try and get a debuff on them while we can as well. Yep. Alrighty. Upgraded crit. We could do a Zealous Accusation, which could potentially kill that Bone Soldier. But they're pretty slow, so let's just try and get general damage going. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, a lot of these guys just do... Yeah, so stress is getting troublesome soon. We do not want to hit 100. That's when things just start to, like, snowball. But we don't have any characters that can help reduce stress. So, yeah, we're just going to have to deal with that. Let's go for another grape shot. Lovely. And there is no such thing as a guarantee in this game. It's just so mean. So don't really ever expect anything if you do want to play this game. Low blight, so let's start getting some damage because he's still got that stun resistance. I love that crit one, baby! And so those buffs that we see, that white light that's occurring around them, that's a little bit of de-stress. Ooh. He's going to take 4. He's going to take 4, so then neither of them are going to die, but we could kill you. Alright, so we do have the bodies to deal with, unfortunately. I would actually rather heal Dismas right now. Alrighty. I think it's going to be better if we can hit you and just get you down into... Oh, who's faster? They're both... He's 8. Yeah, let's try that. Sweet! Or a crit and just boom! Headshot.
to a killing blow.
That was a lot of damage. Hup. Hup. Oh, we'll just try and blade him again. Yeah, so he's dead next turn. So we've got this pretty much wrapped away. And we can't even reach him there. So what we'll do instead, he'll die, so we'll just attack the bodies. Because I think he runs out of things he can do once he's getting closer to us. We will just shoot him, though. Alrighty.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Hey, chest that wasn't trapped. Love that. Okay, so you're not required, once you complete a quest, to leave immediately. We are looking pretty okay, and there's a curio there. I do want to get a little greedy. Because this game only gets more hard, and I would much rather try and take advantage of the game while it's not incredibly mean. So as you can tell here, it's getting a little dark. It's just a wee bit, just shadowy. It's just shadowy. It's nothing crazy or anything, just shadowy. Do know that trap is here. I'll have Dismas disarm that. Oh boy. It's just dark now. This probably is a really bad idea. But I'm just the king of bad ideas. Alright. Alright. Just some basic undead here. Bleed's not going to do anything, so general damage is the way to go. Debuffs, though. Debuff, debuff, debuff. Let's try and get some stuns going. Nice. I think if we can get a blight here, hit a zealous accusation, we can potentially kill one of these before they act. Damn it! That was not what I was hoping for. You wanna not? You really wanna not do that, please? Alrighty. I should have just went for the kill with that one. Okay. See if we can get a blight there. No! Crap. Dismas is in danger if this guy gets his next turn here. Yep. Alright, he's at death's door. Not stellar. So they're at death's door. Well, in this state, they will suffer stat penalties plus any further damage. Has a chance to kill them, heal them to get them off the door. Which is fine, because we can heal. Alright, thank God you went first this time. Sweet, okay. We're in a much safer position here. So we can see debuffs for reaching death's door. If we can get a blight here. Yep, sweet. Alright, get some extra loot there.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Alright, so with curios like this, there can be a few things that happen, as well as we can put things into it. Let's just have him go to the Holy Fountain. Sweet. Health and a debuff. Doesn't really matter because we are now officially done with this floor. And let's return back. Alright. So we got some good bonuses up here. Lots of crests, which is very useful for upgrading. And alright. Back to the hamlet we go. Let's check out what happened here. Nervous. Not great. Scouting chance and warrants. That's nice. Unquiet mind. May not meditate. Well, that's not great. But speaking of returning to town, I think this is a good point to wrap it up. We do have a little bit of a longer opening episode, but thank you all so much for stopping by. And once again, I am Don Annex. I hope to see most of you guys in the future. If you do like what I do live stream occasionally on Twitch at Don Annex. So I would love to see you all there and interact a little bit more in a better manner. But until then, it's been great talking with you beautiful bastards. I'll see you all next time.